I didn't mean to find it, I wasn't snooping. It was just there waiting for me to see it. A black phone I'd never seen before, not my husband's regular one, slid out from under the passenger seat while I was reaching for my son's water bottle. No passcode, dozens of unread messages. The first one I opened said, "Baby, I'm counting the days until you're in my arms again." And that was the least of what I found, because one of those women was pregnant. We'd been married 11 years. We had a 6-year-old son, Evan. We weren't perfect, but we were solid, or at least I thought we were. Mornings were our thing. He'd make coffee, I'd make breakfast. He'd kiss me on the forehead before leaving for work. Evenings were for takeout Fridays, Netflix marathons, lazy Sunday mornings in bed. We had inside jokes. He'd call me sleepyhead because I could never wake up without 2 alarms. I'd tease him for singing 80s ballads off-key in the shower, but looking back, there were cracks. Tiny ones, like the time his phone buzzed during dinner, and he smiled at it, that soft, private smile, before slipping it into his pocket. When I asked who it was, he said, "Just work." Or the time he came home smelling faintly of perfume, not mine, but I laughed it off, telling myself maybe it was from a coworker's hug. I didn't realize then. Those were the first drops before the flood. The change began subtly. First, the gym. He'd never been into working out, but suddenly he was waking up before dawn to hit the treadmill. Then came the business trips. Last-minute conferences that doubled in frequency. "Too important to miss," he'd say, while I stayed home juggling work and Evan's school runs. His phone habits shifted too. He used to leave it on the kitchen counter. Now it was always on him, face down. One night, while he showered, a heart emoji lit up the screen from a name I didn't know. Before I could read more, he was out of the bathroom, dripping wet, snatching it away. "Work stuff. Confidential." I brushed it off. Then came the whispers. 2 weeks before the second phone appeared, we were driving when his phone buzzed. He glanced at it, turned it face down, and said, "Wrong number." That night, I heard him on the porch, speaking in that low, intimate tone he hadn't used with me in months. When he came back in, he kissed my cheek like nothing happened. I almost told my best friend over coffee that week. But I didn't want to sound paranoid. 2 weeks later, I wouldn't need to wonder anymore. It was raining that Tuesday. I was running late to pick up Evan from school. He'd forgotten his water bottle, so I ran back to the car to grab it. That's when I leaned over and heard something slide, a black phone. Sleek. Newer than his regular one. I pressed the button. No passcode, the top conversation, "Brianna. Baby, I'm counting the days until you're in my arms again." I scrolled up. Hotel bookings. Blurry selfies of them in bed. Her in lingerie. Him shirtless with the grin he used to save for me. My stomach turned. Next, Kayla. Same thing, Lila. Same thing, there were so many names. And then Mia. The preview said, "The doctor says it's a girl. I can't wait to meet her." I opened it. A young woman smiling, holding an ultrasound. His reply, "Just 2 days ago, our baby's gonna be beautiful. I promise I'll be there for both of you." The rain outside felt like it was inside me. My chest hollowed out. My hands shook so hard I almost dropped the phone. I knew my marriage was over, but he didn't know I knew. Not yet. I spent the rest of the day in a fog. Picked up Evan. Fed him dinner. Read him a bedtime story. All while my heart pounded like I was hiding a bomb in my pocket. When my husband finally came home, I was sitting at the kitchen table with the phone in front of me. He hung up his keys. Saw it. Stopped cold, the silence was heavy. He didn't move. Didn't blink. "You weren't supposed to see that." Not "I'm sorry." Not "it's not what it looks like." Just that. "How many?" I asked. He hesitated. 4. Maybe 5. I don't keep count. And Mia? She's due in February. 11 years together, and it ended in 2 sentences. He tried to explain. Said he'd been lonely, that things just happened. I didn't hear a word. All I could see was the ultrasound picture burned into my brain. That night, he slept in the guest room. I barely slept at all. At 3 a.m., I was Googling divorce lawyers. The next morning, I told him to pack a bag. He moved into an apartment by the weekend. We only talk about Evan now, and even those conversations feel scripted, I told my parents. My mom cried. My dad asked if I wanted him to handle it. I told them both I didn't want him near me again. 6 months later, therapy has taught me something. Love doesn't make you blind, trust does. And once it's gone, there's no fixing it. Some nights I lie awake thinking about how easily I could have missed that phone. If Evan hadn't left his water bottle, if the rain hadn't made me hurry, I might still be here, making him dinner, while he lived 10 other lives behind my back. But I didn't miss it. I saw it, and once you see the truth you can't unsee it.